Okay, let's go. Good evening, good morning, good day, everybody. How are we all? It will be about 10. Yeah, it is East Coast time here at the
Hang
moment.
on.
G'day,
Let
Kiwi.
me get the echo here. Whoops. There we go. Sorry about that.
G'day, Len. How are you? Grandpa Rose. How are you? Train Man. Ray, the bunny's gone to sleep on the job again. It's hard to find good help. Tammy and Ray, how are you? Eric, how are you? Nice to see you. It looks like Train Man was the first one in. Super party. Yeah, sorry about last week, people. I just wasn't with it physically. Ray, how are you? Physically and mentally, I just wasn't there. And with what transpired during that week, I just didn't want to get on the screen and start ranting and carrying on for a whole hour. There's enough of that going on around the world at the moment. And the last thing I wanted people to hear is me going off. It would have been very, very pleasant. I probably would have got kicked off YouTube for a while. He'd put in the naughty corner. But anyway, I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly recovering. I just turned all the electronic gadgets off. I turned off my phone. I turned off my internet and everything. And it just rested because, Mike, how are you? One thing that was annoying me the most was the phone was going off and was pinging and messaging and phone calls and really since I've been out of hospital, the phone has not stopped. And I need a rest. I need a rest. I need some alone time. Then the medication knocks me out, make me very, very tired and sleepy. It's on TV. I am. Oh, what again? What have I done this time? So, just a life in general, just got on top of things, and I thought, nah, that's it. I'm just taking a break from everything. I even taken a break out of the train room, so I didn't do anything in the train room for nearly. Well, it's coming up in 2 weeks now. I just needed a break. But apart from that, the weather's clearing up. All in all, we've been having some nice sunny weather. End of this week. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Thanks. Don't forget, New Zealand used to be a state of Australia, okay? And we're talking about bringing you guys back in again. Joe, how are you, buddy? I have been doing a little bit of modeling this week. I'll show you guys a little bit shortly. I did manage to force my way out the other day. Well, I didn't really force my way out. I had to go to one of the appointments. Lee, hi, how are you?
Hey,
And
Joe and
took a long way home.
I'm just going to say hi once.
Yep. And I stopped off at Untitled Station, which is my home station. The nearest main station to me here, as I've been taking photographs of them putting a new pedestrian bridge with lifts in it. They've pretty much finished it. There is a few little cosmetic things they're still got to do up. They did put a turnout hand control for the old manual one that used to be on the station. It's been taken out. G'day, Rick. How are you, bud?
Oh, hi, Rick.
They put that in there, but I think they're going to enclose it so people don't damage it. Piece of history. But it's really strange because I have not seen where the old pedestrian bridge used to be. That originally used to be the railway crossing where we used to drive across to get from Unanderra to Berkeley where I live now. And I have not seen it that empty Well, they put that regional pedestrian bridge, I think it's 76, 77, about that time, but now they've opened it all up, and yeah, it looks reasonably good. The only downside is it's going to be hard to get any roll fanny shots from above because the new bridge has got still meshing all around it, so you can't really get a camera lens through it. But we get a good shot with the trains running up on the going up on the Moss Vale line, and that we'll go up there eventually, get some more shots. I haven't managed to get to Sydney. As I said, I just haven't been feeling well, and I've just stayed at home. But I do need to get up there. Particularly this week, I've got to get up there. And yeah, apart from that,
hi, Artie.
Nothing else has been happening.
Hope he's okay.
Hello, Joyce. How are you, darling?
Hi, it's nice to see you, Artie. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's a long recovery.
Yeah, it's
Anthony did too, so you understand. Okay.
Yeah, well, this surgery got more pain than last time, and the Wednesday when I went to get a follow up, what's happened is the news wasn't good from the surgeon.
Oh no!
He was saying that, "G'day, Split Rock, how are you?"
Hey, Thomas.
He done his shoulder, the left shoulder in early 2021.
Yeah.
And the work that he has done on it, 90% of it's fine. It's healing up. It's doing well because it's gone in. He showed me the camera and everything else. But then he showed me the cartilage that's in that shoulder.
Gotcha.
And he's turned around and said, I have never seen that. In that short period of time, you are losing cartilage in your shoulders.
Gotcha.
As a result of the accident.
Nice.
So he said, the operation that I just had now, I'll probably end up having to have another one in about 3 years' time again.
Yuck.
Just to clean out the cartilage.
Yeah.
This one's going to have to get done probably about next year or two. But within the next 10 to 12 years, I'm going to have to get a shoulder replacement on the left shoulder.
Yeah, I know it's a pain. Yuck.
And the worst thing about it is, like, majority, g'day, worldwide trains, welcome aboard. The thing that really put me down the most, I was looking forward on Plan B in going out west and doing work on the road trains. And Container Man's not here. He'll probably understand. We used to throw ropes and chains and slings and whatnot, like really throw them over. Yeah. And when the surgeon turned and said, no, you're not going to be doing that anymore, it's like, oh, shit, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
That was my big bread and butter. I mean, that's where I earn my big money. I was thinking about going out there for another year or two. Oh, man, I'm going crazy just being in here, Joyce.
Yeah. Oh.
Years, and all of a sudden you get turned around, you're not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like saying you can't walk anymore or you can't drive anymore. I'm not allowed to drive a car for 12 weeks. I rely on public transport. I had to go down and I get some spray packs of paint to do my molding down there where Richard lives. G'day, High Esteem, how are you? By car, it takes me 5-10 minutes to get down there. Now, I can catch a bus. Okay, granted, the bus costs me only $2.50 there and back. It took me 2.5, nearly 3 hours just to go 10 minutes down the road by public transport. You miss the bus, or of course, we get new bus drivers and they take the wrong turn, and it's like, Hey, over here. Oh man, it'll be another hour. You can get not those. Yeah, Tammy. Yeah. G'day, plumber. How are you? Yeah. Well, it's like,
It's quite a road already.
but it got me out of the house. It got me out of the house.
Yeah.
And it got me out of the neighbourhood for a little bit. So it's a challenging 12 weeks. It's a challenging 12 weeks. And as I said, I'll get there eventually. Now, you get them, JD, you get them, get those views up. I'm slowly going to get there. A lot of you guys, I thank everybody here for your support and to pick me up and to kick up the butt. One person in particular in amongst the chat, I'm going to say a huge thank you. G'day, Les. How are you? And that's Tammy. She done something to me that really blew me out of the park. Literally blew me out of the park. From all the way from because I did my shopping and everything else, but Tammy and organised some groceries to be delivered to my place. That blew me right away. Thank you so much for your kindness and help there, Tammy. You will be rewarded well when I get over there. I already started telling people January I'm coming to US. I don't give a rat's what anyone says now. I'm going there. There's no appointments, nothing. You make the appointments. I'm not going to make it because I'm not going to be in the country. Simple as that. I'm putting my foot down, and I've got enough of jumping over hurdles and whatnot. I'm coming over in January. Even if I need to go on one of the car carriers here next week, I'll jump on one of that. But I need to get out. 20. Yeah, I did luck out of 20 to lucky because I wouldn't have nowhere to put it, Tammy. But those roles that I did get, it worked out pretty well because we've got two different sizes. We've got ones where they've got two rolls in one that just spooled up quicker. I didn't know how to shop. You did well. You done well, Tammy. I tell you what, you done well. But yeah, again, thank you very much. That was a big. She'd have got me a jar of Vegemite show. So she's halfway there. A little history. How are you? Welcome. Valley 56. Welcome. So when I got home from hospital after a couple of days of recovering, I thought I'd go out in the training room and start running, set the Vegemite stuff. Hey, an Aussie needs his Vegemite. It's rich in vitamin B and makes us a really happy. What do we call them? All happy Vegemites. That's where it comes from. Okay, I'm in pin there. Okay.
What you're saying is it's Australian cocaine?
That's annoying me. That Yahoo message.
Hi, Chris. You're up late.
Yeah.
Hey, little history. Terry's here.
Yeah.
Bit of the UK crowd in.
Yeah, he's here too. Yeah, they must be late at night watching something on the. Hang on, it was a football game on over there.
Which football? Australian, American, or world?
The Union, rugby union was on.
There. See.
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
See, that's why we Americans have different terms for everything. There's soccer, rugby, and then we call American football, and then what the rest of the world calls football, we call soccer, and then we have rugby is called rugby. You guys just all say football for everything.
Right. I know what people are talking about.
So, well, at least with an American, you know what sport they're talking about.
To get that.
Wow, that's hot.
I've got to try to get that WhatsApp ad where they got for betting and whatnot. And they say the Australian game is sport is cricket. Now someone says football. Then all of a sudden they go, football? What do you mean football? Which one? Because we've got AFL, we've got rugby league, we've got union, we've got soccer. And he goes right through, and it's like, yeah, exactly what we say now. They're starting to show games on our free-to-air TV, NFL games from the US. But I'm not getting out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can forget about that. By streaming more or less all night, gotta get you guys on the show. And yes. Well, it's better than nothing. Look, I'm here for okay, I'll get my views, but I'm really here for the friendship.
Artie and Anthony do not come cheap. All right. As a group, we don't come cheap.
Yeah, no.
Artie comes cheap, period. One drink and he's yours. 2 drinks and he's everybody's.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. I got into my layout room and I thought I'll go run some trains. And of course I rushed it a little bit. Free popcorn. Yeah, well, free popcorn. Geez, you want me to go out and do some shopping? Sorry, I can't. Well, I'm not going out shopping now, but we'll probably work out on free popcorn. I've gone in the layout room. Like, I did rush it a little bit. I did work 22 hours straight on it before surgery, but gone out there, started running some trains, and g'day, John, how are you? Where's my popcorn? You ate it, Kyle.
John. Yeah, Papa John.
I rushed it a little bit, and I decided I'll go and get some of my trains that start running. And, of course, all the new expensive ones all just kept on derailing. Going under the table. Yeah, there's no room under the table now, Liz. And
yeah,
what
but
I
it's why he's going under the table. That's the problem.
Well, we can't do that here because it's not the OnlyFans channel. But anyway, the new engines want to stay on.
Say? Repeat that. What did you just say? What kind of channel is this? Did you just say? What kind of channel? Did you just say this was a family channel? Yes or no? Did you just say this was a family channel?
No, I didn't say it was a family channel. No.
I want to say
no.
The only family this channel is appropriate for is the Manson family. You got to be of an age to understand that joke.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to get my a lot of the rolling stock kept the start of derailing, particularly the new engine. So then I was having issues with some of the other bigger passenger cars. And I thought, no, that's it. I mean, I was really...
Hey, Plumber's here. Hi, Plumber.
Yeah, it's not me about the worst thing is trains always... I don't know. I think there's a demon in that back room because all the trains were derailing in a good area and getting... And I had to rescue it at the hard to get places when you're one-armed. And so I did get these kits. So I was starting to put these Australian passenger car kits together, the shorter carriages. That's like a brake van passenger car. So that's still being done up. That's with the 2 stripes. I used to run down here. It's called a rabbit. That's one colour scheme I worked on. The regional South Coast Daylight. I couldn't get the creamy yellow because I didn't have... my thing's wagging. Come on. There's the other one that I worked on. That's hopefully I'm going to get finished tonight or tomorrow. And these one, they're pretty much a good size, a small size. There's one that I've completed not long ago. Let me get it on a bigger screen. There you go. There's one with all the detail underneath it, well, most of it. Well, we've finally worked it out because the instructions are not very clear. There's a lot less writing about how to put these together. Oh, that's side. I'm missing a handrail there. It's somewhere in the lounge room. It went ping. Or actually, no, this one came off. Let me show you the good side. So that's the good side there all together. It's taken a bit of work. I mean, I'm just doing my exercise with my hands and whatnot and trying to do my fine motor skills and what they call it. But it's a struggle with holding on the tweezers and pliers or whatnot. I just do not have the endurance. So it's been a struggle. And nothing like when you have something fall or go ping. G'day, Derek. Cross the room. The rabbit's been actually quite good. Like I'll get down on my hands and knees, start looking for something. And she's like, "What are you sniffing for? What are you looking for, Dad?" And it was actually quite. G'day, Robin. How are you? It was actually quite funny. I lost one of the. It's not on this. Is this? Oh, this one's lost it too. G'day, Andy. Hey, bud. How are you? There is a lot of English here on today. They must have been watching the. Come on. You see these little black handrails on the back. One of them went missing, and I'm looking for it all over the floor and thinking it was right underneath me. And then she comes up behind me, and it's like, hey, it's over here. And yeah, it was where my legs were, like, your hands and knees. She's like, no, it's over here. But I don't know where the other pieces are. Hey, go looking for the other pieces, will you? Stop sleeping on the job. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the rabbit. It's sitting there beside you. I have been taking some shots and on how I've been putting them together. I will eventually get all those shots together and do a video on it. They're a great. It's a good model. G'day, Thomas. How are you? I don't know how many more kits he's got of these left. But it's my cheap way of getting a set up. They're not the proper set, but it's going to look right. I'm not paying $1,000 for a 6-car set when these kits are worth $50 each. I'm going to do a couple more of these. I am going to kit bash one of these carriages, making the guards compartment a little bit smaller. That colour scheme represents the South Coast Daylight before the air-conditioned version that used to run down here.
Hey, Robin. Hi there.
Thomas. So that's what I've been doing on that. Layout room, I have not been in there. Hey, Mystic. I mean, just staying right out of it. I'll just stay out of there just give myself a break out of it. I just dressed up. As I said, this medication, the pain medication, just been really, really knocking me about. And excuse me for a minute. Will you stop doing that? You get something thrown at you in a minute. Thank you. Go outside and play. Go on. Go outside and play. Kids.
When you can't see what they're doing and you're talking like that, Artie, it makes our show scary at times.
Oh, does it? That's good.
This family show of yours.
Yeah, thanks for your help too, Anthony. There's one thing I would definitely won't be doing, and I'm not going to go jumping off a cliff. That's one thing I definitely won't do. I mean, there's a solution to every problem.
Well, definitely not until you rewrite that will like you promised you would.
I told an imaginary friend again. What do you mean again? I'm still talking to my imaginary friends. At least they give you the right answer, though. Yeah, still.
Always.
Yeah.
Wait. But wait, Artie, I'm your friend and you're talking to me. Is Kyle saying I'm imaginary too?
Possibly.
Joyce is going to be real
disappointed. Are you? Well, hang on. Let me see. And I'll cut.
Hey, I usually charge $50 for those kind of touches, mister.
$50? That's it. I'm going up. Oh, hey. At least they don't. Who says they don't talk back to you, Tammy?
Oh, well, hey, Rick, how you doing, man? Other than not getting to the training room because other stuff going on.
Yeah, I've seen people that talk to their imaginary friends, and I'll tell you what, they have some brilliant arguments. I really don't want to go into that. Yeah, so yeah, it's been good. Like I have had a lot of support from a lot of you guys, and it's been good. But as I said, I'm not going to go jumping off any cliff. I just needed time off. I just had to turn all the gadgets off, and basically recharge. And when we do look at it, people are so reliant today on computer gadgets, not stop and look around what's around. Not taking in what's around them. I don't know. I'm calling you imaginary Anthony. $50. The $50. Hey, look, I'll just go up to Port Campbell and get it for less than $5. So, yeah. Well, that's it, Andy. That's another thing too. You never know. Look, yeah. Or jump into, yeah. But still, I mean, there's a solution to every problem. I mean, you'll eventually find a problem to find a question or the solution to that problem. And at times there are things, and we don't rush it. If a storm reached you, Tammy, I'm sure they are. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tammy and that Ray, they actually had a storm. It's been actually quite nice. We did have a wild storm here. I think it was Friday night. I need auto racks. I'm not even game to try my auto racks on the layout at the moment. I got to modify so many curves and radius curves, and the grades is the biggest thing. I've got 2 spots that needs to be sorted out, but of course, being a one-arm bandit at the moment, I can't get in there and do the work. Now on Tuesday, I'm hoping, if all goes well, as I had planned, and the gardeners turn up. It's been nice here too, Randall. If everything turns out all right here on Tuesday and the gardeners turn up first thing in the morning, I do need to get up to Sydney. So I'm going to get up there this week. I do need to get up and take some train rides on the V sets because they're going to be decommissioned probably about in 12 months' time. Yeah, he can talk anytime. Yeah. It's bloody hot here. Well, next weekend, I'm going to try to stream next week, but I don't know how we're going to go. Take care, Dave. We got hot weather coming next week, buddy. Apparently next weekend it's supposed to be hitting us in the 30s. Papa John, how are you? So yeah, we this week we're freezing in the night, but next week we're going to be cooking. So, yeah, gotta love it. Haven't been on many people's streams, as I said. I've just been off air. So anyway, Anthony, what have you been up to?
Making myself depressed.
Oh, don't do that.
I've got so many little projects, and I can't get myself to focus and stay on one straight. And I did a video about it. I bought these new Czech Railjet cars. I found these for an amazingly good deal, about half off what they normally go for. And but I need the matching logo, and I have searched 3 continents, and I am in the hundreds of online shops and model train shops that sell Roco, trying to find the matching logo, and I've been striking out. So I'm trying to find. In fact, that's what I'm doing now. Just before the show started, I got a lead, and I was typing an email to this place to say, hey, is there any possibility you still have this thing in stock, and will it work with these cars? Because you can't just use any logo. It has to be a logo that matches these. It has to be a Roco. I cannot use these cars with any other company. It has to be a Roco loco, which rhymes. And it has to have the very special, I always call it a computer connection. It's technically a PCB connection, but it's 4 pins with a 4-pin socket, and you plug them in. And it's proving difficult. Now, eventually they will re-release some version of the locos again, but it's, how long will that be? 6 months, a year and a half? And it's just been driving me crazy.
Have you looked at the 3 shops here in Australia? We've got the All Aboard up here in Middleton.
I have not moved to Australia yet. I've still been trying Europe. See, the 3 continents are North America, Europe, and Africa. And the reason Africa is because in South Africa and Namibia, there is a huge German population and several big German model train-based shops. There's basically the African version of Miniature Wonderland is down in the country of Namibia. They've got a large German, Austrian expatriate population down there. And so there are a couple of shops down there that are very good at getting all kinds of stuff and trying to find exactly what I want in 3 rail. There's only 2 models that have been released in the last couple of years, and they're both completely impossible to find. And I've hit everything.
Okay, we do have a look here later on. There's All Aboard, which is up in Mittagong at that Europe. He basically deals with European trains. It's not far from me up here. But there is another one, Lesmont Hill. I can't think of the name of the company. They're in Melbourne at Flinders Street Station. Well, they were there. Oh, what's going on here? Don't you dare place up. There is
Randall,
Randall,
all right. Randall, real quick, I just got your 2 messages.
Yeah.
That is the loco, but it's not the loco. That is the DC 2 rail version. And I have to have the AC 3 rail version.
But there is this other guy that's dealing with, there is one guy in Perth where I get a lot of the European stuff from. And there is a new guy in Melbourne. I can't think of his name because he's got my trains that I'm after down there, which I'm going to get in a little while when you go to the UK.
Well, send me when you have time. If you think of it, send me names and things of that. Okay. Kyle, what do the cars look like? Okay, this is a basic car, and this is the true. Now, anybody who watches my channel knows I occasionally run a railjet, but those cars are not truly railjet cars. They're from the company Pico, and Pico just takes standard cars and repainted them in these colors. This is true. It's also full 187 scale. So this is 100% accurate to what the cars actually look like, just like my Austrian railjet is. I have an Austrian railjet and I have a Czech railjet. But anyhow, if I can get a close-up there, yeah, you actually can see it even though it's fuzzy there. You can see it's a 4-pin connection. This is not something you can connect to anything else. They have to be connected to each other. They're proprietary. And so you see that. And then on the other side, that's the opposite. That's the PCB port where they plug into end to end to end. And so the logo has to have the female version of the adapter. And so it's a pain in the butt.
Now, if I'm right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm having issues here. What is that storage? Okay. So would that have the opening doors on it or not?
No, the doors do not open on this.
Okay. So that's just for the lighting and the lighting features and that on the.
It's lighting and sound features with multiple lighting features. You can light up individual cars. You can change the lighting color in the cars. You know, like my IC4, I can go from the warm yellowish white to the cool blue white. I mean, these are gorgeous. This is their high-end stuff. And Randall just pointed out that they're one person who is I'm going to badmouth here. They are a massively overpriced shop online. They're an online shop through eBay called Femme, F-E-M-M-E, French for woman, obviously. And they are ridiculously overpriced. And they have the whole AC set. They have basically these cars and the locomotive, but they want $1,300 for it. And that's
right.
BS. There's a shop that has the AC version for $990 right now. But since I just dropped $500 on these two sets of cars, even Joyce has said, don't even think of spending $1,000 and getting that set unless I could sell these two sets for and get my money back, which is probably not going to be easy because you can find the cars, you can't find the locomotives. Did you freeze up, Artie, or you just... Whoops. Ladies and gentlemen, we've lost Artie. That leaves my grumpy self here. But yeah, so it's... Well, I'm trying to find out because it's the same way my Austrian railjet is set up, which I've got right here. You can see my Austrian railjet right here. And the other thing about these cars is that these railjets is that any of these that have these pin connections, these PCB connections, once you put them together, you're not supposed to take them apart, put them together, take them apart, put them together. You're supposed to put them together and leave them together, which is why I have a parking area for these trains. So I don't have to, all my other trains, I could take the cars apart and put them away. But these, you're supposed to put them together and leave them together.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Something's not right with the computer. The guy that's over here, yeah, he is a little bit overpriced, but at the current moment with the exchange rate between the American and Australian dollar, he'll be a bargain. The guy in West Australia, he'll be over here in October, so I'll keep an eye out for him when he does come out here. I'll get in contact with him to see if he's got it.
Oh, man,
and if he has, I'll get him to bring it over with him in October because we've got a big train show in Sydney, which is basically our, it's more or less our big last main train show of the year. Les, I'm not going to put the link up at the moment because I'm having issues with my laptop. I'm going to try to sort it out later after the show. So I don't want to use up too much memory on my computer. For some reason, it's just been messing up for the last few days. So we'll get people on next week on the show here. Hopefully, I'll be in the training room by then. But yeah, I'll have more people up next week. But there's that other guy in Melbourne out towards where Mel is, where I've been shopping around for some European trains because I was, with the issues that I've been having, I've been seriously contemplating about getting rid of a lot of my American stuff and go European. If this guy's got his prices the way he has, I might just do that because I've even been contemplating getting rid of some of my strange stuff. The new Australian stuff, they're that fine that excuse me, they get to the scale measurements, and what they haven't taken into consideration, is the wheels get and the flanges are so fine. So you have one little problem with the track, and the engines and the carriages come off. But what they've forgot to do is take into account is the real trains, they got independent suspension and sprung axles. The models don't. The models only have basically you're pivoting up and down, sideways, rotation. That's all they have, but they don't have independent axles. Of course, they'll come off.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch. Yeah.
Okay, because
Oh, I did leave it upstairs.
Cool. And football players, well, that's it. Yeah. But when I'm taking some more European stuff out, because I do have a little bit of old European stuff, they ran fine on the layout because they got a little bit deeper flanges. Even some of the old Australian models, before they went crazy with the fine scale detailing measurements, and they run fine. Getting a lot of this new stuff to run on the layout, it's like, nah, just one 1,000 inch something's out, nah, they come off. And that got really frustrating. So I thought, nah, that's it. I'm taking a break. What have I got now? I've got roughly about another 9 weeks to go before I can start doing a bit more lifting, but I can feel safe with the shoulder. As I said, I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not even allowed to drive the car. I may be able to drive it a little bit in another 3 weeks' time. Just go from here to the grocery store, which will be a bit of a godsend. Keep the battery charged up and the oil turned over in the motor, because nothing worse than having a car sitting parked up for 12 weeks. Okay, you got oil in it and whatnot, but the batteries go flat. Oil goes off. You just got to have it all nicely turning over. But at least I'm saving money on gas at the moment, because gas prices are through the roof here at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look up for that link for you, Anthony. I'll look for it later on this afternoon, so you should have it by the time you wake up.
Okay.
But yeah, at least that guy's going to assist me to get my trains back in October, or attempt to start getting my trains back in October, the ones that went missing. So, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, what else am I going to do? So I'm going to get some more of those carriages this week. I'm going to get more of these kits. As I said, that's one reason I want to go up to see Joe, because of Sheila Hobbies. But I have noticed there is a couple of items missing out of his kits. So I've got to go up and see if I can get replacement parts for it. So I'm going to try to get that off him. I'm going to get another 3 I need of them. G'day, John, how are you?
John.
Yeah, morning, evening. Yeah, it is morning and evening. But it's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to go and spend a bit of time outside. Now, if it is, depending on how I feel, I might go and do an outing next week, next Sunday. I haven't done an outing for a while. So I might just do that next week. Now, I am hosting Cab Crew Wednesday this week. So I've got to find what I'm going to do for Cab Crew Wednesday.
Here's what I'm not supposed to say that out loud. People won't come.
What's that?
Nothing.
They won't come. Yeah, well, it's just going to have to be a surprise, eh?
Yeah. Well, no surprise anymore. You just announced it.
What, that I'm going to be on Cab Crew Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't going to be a surprise anyway, because Daryl gave it away the other day anyway. Didn't they? I don't know. I fell asleep. No, I didn't fall asleep. I had appointments to go to. But yeah, anyway, yeah, okay, so I'm going to cut it short. Again, this week, I'm just come in to say hello, I'm doing all well and everything else. I'll start getting more content in together so we can have a bit more of an exciting show. Anthony, thank you very much for joining and coming along. Still got to come up with a close, eh? Still got to come up with a close. I just haven't been thinking of it. If you build it, they will come. I have built it, but no one turned up.
Thanks for all the fish. No, that one's been taken too.
Yeah, it's taken too. Yeah.
Put another shrimp on the bobby? No, can't use
that. That's been used too. Yeah. No, shrimp's pretty sad at the moment.
Foster's Australian for. No,
that's it. No, that's already been taken too. Well, I'll have to come up with something. What's that? None of the West IUs have any Austrian rail jets.
Yeah, and Kyle, I've got an Austrian rail jet. What we're trying to do is do a Czech rail jet now. See, here's my Austrian rail jet right here. This is my Australian baby, or my Austrian baby.
Yeah, the Australian one. Yeah, the Australian one. Yeah. Hey Jerry, how are you, buddy? But anyway, I think I'll just keep to what I've been using for a little while now, and until something comes up from the land of the kangaroos, from the land of the drop bears, more like it. Yeah. Stay safe. Have fun. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys all soon. All right.
Take care, everybody.
Talk to you soon, Anthony, and see everybody through the week.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.